What's going on? This your girl Queen Pope Hard Truth Easy Lies, man. And I'm on here today to talk about when, why, and how you should reach out to date. Um and cut y'all notifications on when y'all get ready to do videos because people bad worse of like they'll know you about to do a video and then start DMing you, hitting your messenger, whatever else. But anyway, I had a fella hit me up and he asked me out on a date. And shortly after he asked me out on a date, he texted me and he said, "Well, to be honest, I'm just tired of coming home to this lonely house." And I texted him and I said, "You know what? If you should not reach out for a woman because you're lonely. You should reach out for your queen because you're ready to have one." And something that you should do is that you should pray for the type of queen that you want specifically so that God can compliment you with who is exactly for you. And then after that, you need to display what the scriptures describe as a waiting attitude or be patient. Because it's not going to happen on your time. And if you rush it, you could end up in a situation where you're becoming a slave to sin, weighed down with sin, and you can end up in a situationship just because you chose the emotional, out of control route to dating and finding someone as opposed to waiting. Not to mention, many of us have a very, very, very selfish mentality when it comes down to dating and seeking someone. Most of us will start to ask God for someone because we're lonely. We'll start to ask God for someone because we're insecure and we don't know how to fix ourselves. So we're asking for someone, and then we're wanting to have that person to depend on them almost as a way to like uplift yourself from your own misery, needing someone to remind you of the things that your mind is telling you that you are. You want them to remind you that you're not, when in actuality that's your job. Your job is to heal you, to love you, to pray for that healing, to pray for the proper self-love so that you can properly love somebody else. It's a lot of selfish approaches being taken place to love, and that's why people suffering in relationships, and their hearts are broken. They're together but alone. They're spoken but unheard. You get what I'm saying? Like, so many people screaming in rooms full of people, but nobody's hearing them. But the main thing is you got to get all the way deep down into yourself, because what'll happen is it's like a drug. You'll ask and you'll affirm and you'll pray to receive a certain type of person in your life. And God is a miraculous God. He will bless you. But the thing about it is, if you're not ready to fully nourish that person the same way you're desiring to be nourished, the same way that you're desiring to be upheld, the same way that you're desiring to be supported, the same way that you're desiring to be communicated with, the same way you're desiring to be romanced and shown affection. If you're not reciprocating those things, the relationship is going to be off balance. The person will lose their zest and passion to love you and adore you. And then you'll grow tired of them and you'll be back out on square one collecting data on other people. That's what I call dating, collecting data. You know what I'm saying? Because I was dating wrong myself for a minute. Like, just dating in vain. Like, you just gonna almost end up with the same person, different face. That's one. For two, things that you need to really, really, really hone in on and work on within yourself you're going to keep attracting those types of things, because reaping what you sow, Hindus call it karma. All those things do rotate. Like, things come back, because we nothing but like big energy source. So whatever energy you putting out is going to come back. So if you insecure, you going to attract somebody you could possibly attract somebody that's insecure. If you're not prioritizing when it comes to your finances and things like that, then you more than likely going to attract somebody else who's not financially healthy and business minded. But then if you do, you could weigh them down if you don't self-check and self-evaluate. So I say this to say, be careful why you're dating. Like me, I can say, yeah, I'm on the market, but ultimately, to keep it a band, I'm dating myself. I'm dating the higher power right now. Like, and even when I get with somebody, me and the higher power, me and Jehovah, that's who I'm dating. Like, because everything that I do, everything that I touch, every way that I move is gonna be full of substance if I first date my Heavenly Father. Like, and when I say that, I'm saying you got to get interpersonal. And as I continue to get closer to God, it's like I'm getting closer to myself. He's showing me myself through Him. And I think that's the whole, like, kid and caboodle. We're all connected to our Father, and the closer you get to Him, the less you stop distracting yourself with your own emotional selfishness and gain. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, I need somebody to have sex with. Oh, I need somebody to help me pay these bills. Oh, I need somebody to father these kids since they daddy done left me. Oh, I need somebody to mother these kids since they mama was drunk and she done left me and abused me. It ain't even about all them. What have you done for yourself? Look at yourself in the mirror and get on your Janet. What have you done for me lately? Okay? What have you done for me? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what have you done for me lately? That's A. B, have you done enough for yourself that it can spilleth over to someone else? Because like the old folks say, let my cup runneth over, okay? With love. Until you able to let that love go to someone else. You know, think about it as like you just got this overflow of love. And now it's like, I love myself so much. I can't even handle all the love I can give myself. Now I'm ready to share it with somebody else. And until then, you just got to straight focus on yourself. Focus on keeping your spirit healthy. Focus on keeping your mind clear. Get in good routines that can't be broken, no matter who you get with. No matter what challenges you face. You know, like, for example, one of the things that I've been working on is just resisting anything that I know is not good for me. That could be that ice cream sandwich I just so badly want. That could be a burger from Wendy's. I would just put it like this: one of my biggest things I've been resisting, like as a number one priority, especially this week, is I've been resisting the temptation to eat any kind of fast food, any kind of junk. You know what I mean? Anything that I don't cook at home and stuff like that. So these things are things that have come onto us over time, so they had to fall off over time. But almost every time if I get that impulse, like, ooh, I want that Snickers. Dang, I'm in the store, I want to eat that Snickers so bad. I just immediately go into prayer. I'll be like, okay, God, please help me with this. I know I don't need this. Then begin to ask myself, is it a priority? A. B, how will it make me feel after I eat it? And that's with other habits. I'm just using that as an example. But you use it and you know, apply it to yourself where you see fit. And that's what I tell people. What I speak about in my videos, far as my spirituality, far as my habits, when I minister to myself, I'm ministering to you. When I minister to you, I'm ministering to myself. So it's like a mirror effect, because I'm not exempt. And let's keep in mind, the scriptures is not for the saint, it's for the sinner. And I'm far from being a saint. But I knew the things that I needed to work on, and God kept allowing certain things to take place in my life to bring me awareness, and He still is. He's the great potter. When I asked Him to mold me, He has been. I see it, and I know other people see it, and I'm not looking for recognition. I'm just doing what makes my heart feel whole and satisfied. And I'm allowing myself to be used. I'm allowing my testimonies to be used. I'm allowing people to relate with me, to me, even becoming vulnerable. Because when I speak my heart, it shows people who I am. What's on the tongue is on the heart, like the scriptures say. So it can give a person an opportunity to speak against you. Oh, well, you said this, but you're doing that, make you look like a hypocrite or whatever. But guess what? I fall short just like anybody else. I stand tall just like anybody else after I fall. I love life, and I love God, and I love y'all. Don't date other people for your own selfish reasons. When you are dating, date with purpose. Ask the right questions. Date like you shopping for somebody that you going to be with for life. For real. Be with yourself and ask yourself certain questions. Are you ready to give certain type of time and energy that it takes to someone when it comes to dating? Are you ready to share your space? Are you ready to share your money? Are you ready to share your body once you decide to get married? Yeah, all of that. Like, are you ready to share a home with people? Are you ready to reevaluate your budget and how you normally spend on food so you can feed another? Are you ready to share your emotions and become vulnerable with somebody? Are you ready to share your time? Time, which is one of the most valuable resources ever known to man, and you cannot get it back, not even a second. You see that second? It's gone. Can't get it back. Okay? That's how quick it goes. So are you ready to share those things? So before people start asking for a spouse and a love and a boyfriend and a significant and a companion and all that, you need to first sit down and pray and ask yourself what you ready to sacrifice, surrender, and share. The 3 S's. What are you ready to sacrifice, surrender, or share? Because once you mesh with someone else, it's gonna be something you have to sacrifice, surrender, or share. Multiple things, as a matter of fact. So dating is not a selfish thing. You don't date for yourself. You date because you're ready to have someone and share it with them. Dating is selfless. That's why I say you love yourself till your cup runneth over to a point you're like, wow, I'm so full of love for myself. I'm ready to share it. That way, by the time you are surrendering, sacrificing, or sharing any of yourself, any of your love with someone, it doesn't feel like a loss. You haven't begun to feel like you are basically draining yourself. Because that's basically is what's happening with this new word people coming up with called situationships. You in a situation that's sailing to nowhere. Situation ship. Might as well sail it down on into the Bermuda Triangle. For real. So, be careful. Use your mind. That's what we got it for. They tell us we only use 10% of our brain. You know why? Because AI took the other 90. Take it back. Use your brain when it comes to dating and everything else you do in your life. Stop letting things and people have you. And stop letting things and other people be the responsibility to fix you. Ask God to fix you. And if you don't believe in God, get in the mirror, look at yourself, and start asking yourself questions and making adjustments. Start somewhere. That's all I say. But don't start with someone else's heart and play with it. That's not how we moving out here. That's not what we supposed to be doing. Don't create toxic situations out of selfishness. Remember, love is selfless. That's my hard truth, easy lies for the day. This your girl, Queen Pope. Y'all have a beautiful day.